I had some trouble with Admob. So, I thought I would save you some trouble by providing a tutorial. First, let us select an appropriate build type. In this example I will use Android. In my experience, the Z-axis for ad banners does not seem to work. So to ensure your ad banner is visible, create a new layer from the Layers toolbar. The layer I have selected is where you would place your game elements. We will now work on the newly created layer. Be sure to select the new layer before working with it. Insert the Admob object onto the new layer. The Admob object has some properties we can change. We can change the Admob size and the Admob position using the event editor. For testing purposes, we need to do some basic configuration. Where it says Testing Devices, found in the Admob properties, under the settings, we need to add an asterisk to the devices list. Now we move on to the event editor. Admob reward videos do not work with Fusion 2.5, so we will only be able to use banner ads and interstitial ads. Here I am creating a group of events for the interstitial ads. At the starter frame we need to set the test device. Left-click on New Condition. Select Starter Frame from the storyboard icon. On the starter frame line, right-click on the square under Admob, under Config, Admob. Select Set Admob Test Devices. Right-click on the Admob icon. From the menu select Device ID for Admob. This is so that we receive test ads whilst we test our application. Right-click on Admob. Under Interstitial, select Make Interstitial Request. On a new line, select New Condition. Under the timer, select Every. Change the time to something desirable. Right-click on the Every event that we just created. Select Insert. Click on the Admob icon. And select Interstitial is ready. On the same line, right-click on the square under Admob. Under Interstitial, select Show Interstitial. On a new line select New Condition. Click on the Admob icon. Select On Presented Screen. On the same line under Storyboard Controls, right-click under Pause Application. Select Pause and Resume when any key is pressed. This is only necessary if you want your application to pause whilst an advert is being shown. There are other Admob conditions you can utilize such as on failed ad. They are self-explanatory and can be used as appropriate. Ads take up storage space, so it is wise to destroy the ads when ending a frame. On a new line, select New Condition and under Storyboard Controls select End of Frame. On the same line under the Admob icon, right-click and under Interstitial select Destroy Interstitial. We will now look at ad banners. Here I am creating a new group of events to keep things tidy. On a new line click on New Condition. Click on Special, and under Limit Condition, select Run this event once. We now need to set the banner's size, position, Z order and to show the banner ad itself. Right-click the square under Admob, under Regular Banner select Set Admob Size. Now choose an appropriate size. Standard is equal to 320 by 50 pixels. Medium is equal to 300 by 250 pixels. Full is equal to 468 by 60 pixels. Leaderboard is equal to 728 by 90 pixels. And Smart is equal to the screen width by 32, 50 or 90 pixels depending on the screen height. Now on the same line, right-click Admob, again under Regular Banner, select Set Admob Position. Choose either top, center or bottom depending on where you want your ad banner to appear. On the same line, right-click Admob, again under Regular Banner, select Set Admob Z Order. In my experience this option does not appear to make any difference and is why I have used a separate layer to store the Admob object. When I have included the Admob object on the same layer as my game objects, no matter what I done, the ad banner was not visible even when including or excluding display over frame from the settings under the Admob properties. We will now show the ad banner. On the same line as before, under Admob right-click, then under Regular Banner select Show Ad Banner. On a new line, click on New Condition and under Storyboard Controls select End of Frame. On the same line under Admob, right-click and under Regular Banner select Destroy Ad Banner. That should be it for the event editor. This is a basic tutorial, so I have not used all of the conditions available for Admob, but you do have control over more aspects of your ads. I am copying the starter frame line from the interstitial group of events only so you can see what the event editor would look like if you chose only the interstitial ads, or the ad banner. In reality, if you were to include both types of ads, you would use the test device at starter frame once, and only when testing your application. Now we need to add in the banner ID and or the interstitial ID. For this we will need to head over to the Admob website. I will assume you have created an account already. If not, then it is straightforward and easy to do. I'm using the beta version of Admob, so what you see may differ, but everything should be called the same thing. First you need to create an app. I have already made one for this tutorial, but it is easy to do. Just go to App, then Add App and follow the instructions. Once you have added an app, we can set up some adverts. First select your app from the Apps menu. In my case my app is called Infinite Runner. Now select Add Units and press Get Started. Here we can choose the type of ads we want. Remember though, Fusion 2.5 does not support reward videos. I am not sure about native ads. First we will set up a banner ad, so press Select under Banner. The options available to us are fairly basic, read through them and change accordingly. Placing your mouse cursor over the question marks will reveal information about each of the properties, as can be seen here. You can change the colors of elements shown in the banner ad so customized to suit your applications. Give your banner ad a name under Ad Unit Name, and then press Save. You will then be shown the Ad Unit's ID. This is important as we need to copy this ID and paste it into the Admob properties in our app. Go ahead and copy the whole ID including the cia-app-pub- and the numbers that follow. Go back to Fusion 2.5, find your Admob object in the frame editor and under the Admob properties under Settings, paste in the ID you just copied into the banner ID field under Campaign for Android. Or if you are using iOS, add the ID under the Campaign for iOS. Now let us create an interstitial ad unit. Go back to the Admob website and add a new ad unit, but this time select interstitial. As before, set up the ad however you please. As you can see, the options are fairly basic, but you do have some control over the types of interstitial ads shown. Remember to give your ad unit a name. Once you save the ad unit, you can copy the interstitial ID. We then need to paste the ID into the Admob properties in Fusion 2.5. We are now ready to test our app. Sadly, the test ads do not seem to work when running the frame or application from Fusion 2.5, so we will need to export the app and test on the physical device, or use an emulator. To save time and frustration, it is recommended to check through your code for any obvious mistakes. It is important to have events run in the correct order, so using the event list editor we can see the order in which commands will be run. Here I am removing the second starter frame line as we do not need two instances of this command. As you can see, there are lots of conditions we did not use but which could be useful depending on what you want to achieve. Once everything looks good, we can export the application for testing purposes, so export your app and install on a device to make sure everything works as it should. You should see test ads when you run your application on a phone or emulator. If not, then check to make sure you have followed all the steps mentioned earlier. If you see the test ads and you are happy with everything, you can remove the test device code. To do this, navigate to the Admob settings under Properties of the Admob object. Remove the asterisk we entered earlier under Testing Devices device list. Now navigate to the Event List Editor. Under the Start of Frame line, delete Set Admob Test Device. Once this is done, you can export the application and you should see real ads. Please remember that it can take some time before real ads start to show, particularly if you have recently created the ad units on the Admob website. I hope this tutorial proves useful. If you have any questions or requests, then please leave a comment. Thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye.